You're listening to KOZQ, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. It's Frisco League Tournament Softball 2023 from Lakeway. Our games brought to you in part by K York Electric, Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Gasco Sage Electric, Central Ozarks Medical Center, the Pulaski County Health Center, Fancher Ricas Funeral Home, Town & Country Supermarkets, Smith's Dash Trash, Dixon Nursing and Rehab, Post Pawn, Tax Pros and more, the Stoutland School District, the Marys County Bank, Iberia School District, and Pennaroyal Antiques. Let's play ball at Lakeway for this year's tournament.
And once again, welcome back here to the Lakeway Softball Complex, where we are just again a few moments away from getting going with our second and final game of the evening, our 2-7 matchup, which will see the second-seeded Dixon Bulldogs taking on the 7-seeded Newburg Wolves. Again, it's Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. After a short wait, we are getting back to it, and we're going to see, well, a team that really has some lofty goals this season in the Dixon Lady Bulldogs, and a team that's looking for a win in the Newburg Lady Wolves. So we are again meeting at home plate here at the moment, which means we'll just go ahead and jump right on into our starting lineups. It will be Newburg who are the visitors here today, so their starting lineup is going to look a little bit something like this. Batting leadoff, that's your shortstop, Cadence Conger, and then batting second, that will be the catcher, Hallie Roach. Batting third, the pitcher, Gracie Campbell. Batting cleanup will be your third baseman in Brooklyn Fight. Batting fifth will be the right fielder in Hannah Gully. Batting sixth will be the center fielder in McKenna Shushank. Batting seventh will be the second baseman in Laney Cakelin. Batting eighth will be the left fielder in Paige Dyer. And then finally batting ninth, that will be the first baseman in Kaylee Conger. So Newburg, that's how they'll line up. Conger, Roach, Campbell, Fight, Goalie, Shushank, Cakelin, Dyer, and Conger there as well. A couple of Congers in the lineup. Dixon, they'll line up like this. They will, of course, be out in the field. They are the home team in this matchup. Batting leadoff for them, that will be the center fielder, Mackenzie Cross. Batting second will be the second baseman in Kinsley Lipscomb. Batting third will be the catcher, Emma Tilgen. Batting cleanup will be the shortstop, Belle Magner. Batting fifth, the left fielder in Haley Kuhn. Batting sixth will be the pitcher, Emma Brinkley. Batting seventh will be the third baseman, Abby Scott. Batting eighth will be the first baseman, Bailey Rice. And then finally, batting ninth, that's the right fielder in Andy Joe Wilson. So again, Dixon is the home team coming off of a perfect spring, 17-0 in the spring. They did lose some big names. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but 21-10 last fall. So this is again a team with some lofty goals here. They return a lot of the starting lineup, 8 returning starters, in fact, according to my source there. But they did lose some. They did lose their starting pitcher from last year. Of course, that was Maddie Ryan. She was certainly a special player, had a 1 ERA in the spring and also hit almost 500 there as well. They also lost Abby Overshawn, Alyssa Morgan, and Anna Moore as well. But they still returned some pretty big names, including Emma Tilgen, who will be behind the plate. She's an important player to watch here, as I learned today. Might be committed here coming in a few months to play at the college level. You also have names like, I believe, Kinsley Lipscomb, a returner from last year, Abby Scott, Bailey Rice, names like that. So Dixon definitely comes back reloaded. Newburg, what I'll tell you about them, they are a young team, of course, winless last fall, so looking to really kind of turn this program around. So we'll see what they have here today. Again, got the 7 seed out of 7 teams. Going to be looking for a bit of an upset here, but hey, it's early on in the season. We're seeing what pretty much every team has. This is actually the first game for both Dixon and Newburg this season. So the warm-up tosses continue. Again, Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3. Big thank you to all of our sponsors who make tonight's broadcast possible. First game already in the books. If you did not catch that one, it is Lakeway, who will be moving on to take on the Iberia Lady Rangers tomorrow. They win their contest a final score of 8-4, a 7-run second inning. That game eventually decided by the timer. So, gotta watch that timer, but it was 8-4 in 5 innings. Lakeway coming out on top. So Cadence Conger will lead things off here for the Lady Wolves. Again, Emma Brinkley in the circle for the Lady Bulldogs as we get going with our second and final game of the day. Cadence Conger batting from the right-hand side. And she'll step in. First pitch on the way. Taken low, and that'll be ball 1. So Brinkley, a junior. One of a few juniors on this year's team. Delivers the next pitch up high for ball 2 as well. Conger, a senior. Again, one of 2 Congers on the lineup. Next pitch, the 2-0. That one misses high, and it's 3-0. So 3 straight pitches outside the zone. Here comes the 3-0 now. Taken all the way, but it finds the outside edge, and that makes it 3-1. So again, Conger, Roach, and Campbell to kick things off here for Newburg. Those are the 3 we're guaranteed to see. 3-1, way high. To the backstop it goes, and Cadence Conger will draw the leadoff walk. So Conger over on first now, bringing us to the catcher. That's Hallie Roach. Roach, another right-handed batter. 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 1. Roach, a bit of a closed stance, left foot directed toward first base. Next pitch, made contact with it, popped it up beyond the concession stand, and it's strike 2. Get another good crowd here on hand for this one. Not featuring the home team, or the host team, I should say, the Lakeway Hornets. But still plenty from Newburg, plenty from Dixon. Dixon off to my right. Newburg occupying the third base dugout. 0-2, runs along the ground here. Taking off for second is Conger. She'll be in there. It'll be a wild pitch. So the Lady Wolves will get themselves a runner into scoring position here with nobody away and a 1-2 count. Here to again, Roach. Brinkley comes set, knocks and fires. Contact made, it's a pop-up over towards second. Who's going to call it? It'll be the second baseman. That'll be Lipscomb who makes the catch, 4 out number 1. So Roach pops out to second. Conger will have to stay put over on the bag. And with 1 away, here comes the pitcher. It's Gracie Campbell. Campbell looking to help her own cause. An RBI situation here. First pitch getting away. And over to third will go Conger. So you put them all in play now. Perhaps a run on the table for the Lady Wolves. Wearing their traditional green, black pants today. Dixon the white jerseys. The gray pants it seems. There's a swing and a foul ball off behind us, and it's 0-1-1. Of course, the red numbering. One ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. Runner on third. Next one, Campbell watching it go down, middle of the plate, 1-2. On deck, Brooklyn Fight. Waiting for a result here. Campbell looking for some space. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. Hard line drive, but just foul down the first base side. She'll have to come back and try it again. Campbell, she's a senior. One of 3 seniors on this year's team. Cadence Conger over on third. She's another one. Hallie Roach, who we saw earlier, she was the 3rd senior. 1-2. One hops the plate, to the backstop it goes. Conger not taking off, though. She'll stay over on third. We simply go 2-2. This is a team mostly comprised of sophomores, this Newburg squad. 2 freshmen, both of which are in the lineup today. And a lot of sophomores. You have 1 junior. Actually, correction on that. Here's a swing and a hop up toward first. Ball's caught. And now they'll have to try to retreat back to third. The throw to the bag is going to be there, and Newburg will get doubled up to end the inning. So the pop up to first. Cadence Conger came off the bag and ran home, but that was only out number 2. The catch was made. Conger had to try to retreat back to first, and she was doubled up trying to get back to the bag. And so that'll be the end of the top of the first. So Dixon will come to the plate when we come back. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base here for Newburg. You're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
Gasco Sage Electric is owned by their consumer members who use their electricity and other services. They've been providing services to Camden, Marys, Miller, Phelps, and Pulaski counties since 1945. Much like electricity, Gasco Sage considers broadband internet to be an essential service, not just in the big cities, but right here in the rural communities they serve. They work hard at making a difference in the futures of the communities they serve. As a new G-Tech Fiber customer, you can soon be part of their high-speed fiber-to-home broadband network. Give them a call today, 573-759-7146.
Hello everyone, it's Melissa Sharp from the Pulaski County Health Department here to talk about COVID-19. Now that the virus has gone endemic, we will no longer be issuing letters confirming that your home test was positive. However, if you are experiencing COVID symptoms and need to be tested, please come to our Waynesville office located at 102 Ashley May Lane during normal business hours. The flu and COVID vaccinations will also be available at that location during those times. For more information, call 774-3820.
Bottom of the first incoming here. Gracie Campbell in the circle going through her warm-up tosses. No score. Again, Newburg putting a runner on third, but a double play. A pop out and a throw on back to the bag. Ended Newburg's chances in the first. So we'll get a chance to see these Lady Bulldogs at the plate for the first time. Cross, Lipscomb, and Tilgen. All set to hit here. Again, it's Connor Harbert here with you today. Z102.3. Get you a live read on these sponsors here in a second. Give a personal thank you to everybody involved, allowing us to come out here this week and call some softball games. Again, we'll have to break away on Friday, Championship Day. Again, they'll be held here in Lakeway. And, of course, we will be over in Waynesville. Waynesville and Parkview football. That's the problem. Sometimes there's so many sports happening on a given day, you have to make a choice. We'll have plenty of both throughout the season. Like I said, got Waynesville softball, Frisco League softball throughout the year. First pitch to Mackenzie Cross is swung on. Pop fly down the left field line, but it gets down. There'll be a leadoff single on the first pitch of the inning. Here for Mackenzie Cross. Wasting no time getting on base. That brings us to second baseman Kinsley Lipscomb. Lipscomb, a right-handed batter. As Campbell delivers the first pitch. Caught the inner half, strike one. On deck, Emma Tilgen. In the hole, Del Magner. 0-1 on its way, swung on, missed, throw down to second is there. Bit of a delayed call, but they'll call her out. Behind the plate. Again, that's Hallie Roach. Put it right on the money. Cadence Conger there at short. Make the grab and make the tag. So, that'll wipe the bases clear. One out now, 0-2 count. Here's a shallow pop fly caught by Campbell for out number two. Right back to the circle it goes, and so, after giving up that leadoff first pitch single, it's two quick outs. Here for Newburg, bringing us to the catcher, Emma Tilgen. Base paths are empty for the catcher. Again, the senior. First pitch, taken for a called strike one. Oh, 1 count. Next offering from Campbell. This is just high, and it's 1-1. Tilgen, one of two seniors as far as the varsity roster goes. 1-1, missing low and away for ball two. Got some sophomores in the lineup this year. A few juniors. But again, just the two seniors. Tilgen being one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Comes the next pitch from Campbell, missing low, and it's 3-1. Again, Bell Magner on deck. That's your cleanup hitter today. In the hole now, left fielder Haley Kuhn. Campbell trying to get out of the inning right here, right now. Here comes that 3-1. Runs inside. That's ball 4. So Tilden will draw the walk. Trots on down to first. And with a runner back aboard here comes shortstop Bell Magner. So Magner settles in. She'll be batting for the right-hand side. Here's a sophomore. Batting from the right-hand side. If I didn't already say that, first pitch, swinging away. Fouled it off. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. And again, that double play. Excuse me, not that double play, but that throw him out over at second. Then the ensuing pop-up. Felt like a double play with how quickly it happened. 0-1. Line drive out toward right field. That gets through. That's going to get by. That's going to roll all the way up to the wall. This might be a run. Rounding third is Tilgen. Here comes a throw from right field. They're going to try to make it a triple. It's an RBI triple. And Dixon will strike first here at 1-0. Tilgen scoring all the way from first. Is that ball? A lot of power behind it. Got by Hannah Goley out in right field. Magner finds her way all the way to third. Cleanup batter for a reason. Showed off right there. So 1-0 now in the bottom of the first. Dixon leads this one. Still with 2 outs. The first pitch here to Haley Kuhn is swung on. Missed for strike 1. Kuhn at the plate brings us Emma Brinkley in the on-deck circle. The 0-1's delivered now. Inside, ball 1. Sun starting to drop in full here. Lights have come on here at the Lakeway Softball Complex. 7:30. That sun dropping quicker and quicker as we move through August and into September. Here's a hard ground ball to first, but Kaylee Conger will take it. And she'll take it to the bag for out number 3. But Dixon does score first here in this one. It's an RBI triple for Bell Magner to get things going here. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Into the second we go here in Lakeway with the Dixon Lady Bulldogs leading the Newburg Lady Wolves. Score of 1-0 back in 60. You're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament on Z102.3.
Fancher Rica's Funeral Home in Iberia has been serving the needs of the community for many years. The caring expert professional staff will guide you during one of the most difficult times of your life. At Fancher Rica's Funeral Home, you will find compassion, dedication, and pride in a business that has grown with the area. Fancher Rica's Funeral Home of Iberia, Meda, and St. Elizabeth. Call 573-793-2211. Fancher Rica's Funeral Homes, where memories make lasting impressions. As the years go by, everything gets older, even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps, and at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Second inning on the way here in Lakeway. 1-0 our score. The Dixon Lady Bulldogs plate 1 in the bottom half of the first, but Newburg back to the plate. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6 on the way. Put a runner on in the first, but a pop-up turned into a double play. And their half of the first. It'll be Brooklyn Fight to start things out. Emma Brinkley still in the circle here for Dixon. It'll be Fight, Goalie, and Shushank. All set to get their cuts here. So again, Brooklyn Fight standing in right-hand side of the plate. First pitch from the left-handed Emma Brinkley is fouled off toward the woods for strike 1. Fear the unknown in those trees. Glad I don't have to run after that ball. 0-1 now. Misses, 1-1. Anybody who knows me will tell you I'm a city boy at heart. Trees, nature, that sort of thing, not really my thing. So, as unlikely as it is, I'm not dealing with any poison ivy. Here's a ground ball over to short. Throw over to first is in time. And fights retired 6-3. I dealt with that one time in my life. And I'd never, ever, ever do it again. I'm more than happy sitting here at these softball stadiums, baseball stadiums, and the whatnot. So fight grounds out to short. And that brings us now to right fielder Hannah Goley, left-handed batter. First pitch, fouls it off, and it's 0-1. Winner of this game moves on to tomorrow. Both teams play tomorrow, or excuse me, that's not true. But both teams will have another game in the semifinals of their respective brackets. 0-1 now. Here's a swing. Ground ball sent over towards second. Nobody's on the bag. It's a race to the bag, and she'll beat it out. It was actually the first baseman, Bailey Rice, who headed toward that ball. But also coming up on it was Lipscomb over at second. Nobody was covering the bag, and so Goley will get herself an infield single. Second hit of the day for Newburg. Bit of an error there for Dixon. Won't go down as the book is one. But it's a bit of a miscommunication, if anything. Here's a swing and a miss from McKenna Shushank for strike one. Batting from the right-hand side here. Getting top of the second, next pitch. Contact made, fouled it off right above me, and it's 0-2. So as I was saying, the winner of this game, they will play tomorrow against the winner of the Richland-Stoutland game. Excuse me, not tomorrow. Let me open up the bracket. Let me just not assume things. 0-2 misses low, and it's 1-2. That wouldn't make sense for them to play tomorrow, considering Richland-Stoutland plays tomorrow themselves. 1-2. May have chased one high, but actually caught a piece of it to stay alive here, and it stays 1-2. There's the bracket. So the winner of this will move on to face the winner of Richland-Stoutland, but that game will actually be on Thursday. That'll be your 7 o'clock game, and the winner moving on to the championship game on Friday. The loser will play the loser of that Richland-Stoutland game. That will also be on Thursday. So there you go. 1-2 also gets away from the catcher, Tilgen. And that moves Goley on over to second. So that'll move the count here to 2-2 as we actually have ourselves an infield visit here for Dixon. Newburg puts that runner in scoring position. Some more about this bracket here. Because again, we do have those two games. We now know it will be Richland-Stoutland. That'll be your 5 o'clock. And we follow that up with Iberia, and now we know, versus Lakeway. That'll be the second game of the day. Thursday will be the final day that we find ourselves out here. And on Friday, you'll have the 3 games. First game will be at 4 o'clock, again, right out here at Lakeway. That'll be your consolation game. Then the third place game will follow. And then the championship at 8 o'clock. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here to Shushank. Ground ball back to the circle. Taken off for third. Throw over to first is dropped. She's safe over at first. And of course, the runner's safe over at third. That'll be an error. That'll be an error on Rice for Shushank to get on over. There'll be runners at the corners here. Go ahead, run over on first. Here for second baseman Laney Cakelin. Second straight inning, Newburg's gotten a runner over on third. Comes the first pitch of the at-bat. Strike one called. So 0-1 count here. There is one away. That was the ground ball to start the inning. 0-1 offered up. Chased one high. Strike two. No balls, 2 strikes, and again 1 away. Here is that 2-strike pitch just outside, and it's 1-2. After Cakeland, Paige Dyer on deck. Then Kaylee Conger. Then we go back to Cadence Conger. That'd be the top of the lineup. 2-strike pitch delivered right down the middle. Caught Cakeland looking, and that's strike 3 called. First strikeout of the day here for Brinkley. That brings us on in again to Paige Dyer. First pitch on the way to the backstop it goes. Newburg going to try to score, and she'll be safe. The wild pitch puts Newburg on the board as goalie scores. And it's tied up at 1. Goalie single, advance to second on a wild pitch. Move to third on the play involving the error. She'll score on a wild pitch, and we're tied up. Shushank moves over to second. So Newburg still with that runner in scoring position. That's the go-ahead run. And here comes again the 1-0 pitch to Dyer. Pitch was a little low and a little outside. Brinkley winds the 1-0. Again, 1 hops the plate, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Dyer, right-handed batter. Next one. Ground ball sent foul to the right side, 2-1. Again, just halfway through the 7 o'clock hour. A little bit late to get going on this one. First game got started a little late, so the timer put us about 6:40. So that's someone to watch throughout this game. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch, swung on, missed, and it's 2-2. That puts the end of this one by the timer at about 8:40 or so. Nope, that might be wrong. I have to think about it. Here comes a 2-2. Swung on, ground ball over to short. Scooping it up, throw to first, that time in time, and that'll do it here for the inning. So a second 6-3 putout will end the inning, but Newburg, they put a run on the board. 1 run coming in on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left over on base. We're all tied up as we head into the bottom of the second. Newburg and Dixon tied at 1. Back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament on Z102.3.
Hi friends, Kevin here once again for Seeger Toyota of St. Robert, updating you on some great Seeger Toyota news. Over 200 new Toyotas arriving, and over half as of now are still available, including all of your favorite models plus another BZ4X, our new all-electric vehicle that you're going to love. Lots of Toyotas to choose from and lots of pre-owned to choose from as well. With over 150 in stock and 18 different makes, we are ready to help. Reserve your Seeger Toyota now and let's go places at Seeger Toyota of St. Robert next to Walmart and at SeegerToyota.net.
It truly takes a lot to make a public school good, but Stoutland School is working on not just making it good, but making it great. They've implemented many things at the best interest of each and every student, like a 4-day school week, as well as making ongoing improvements to enhance the safety and security of each student, such as a single point of entry, security resource officers on hand. They have also implemented new programs to provide more opportunities for their students, such as accelerated courses and dual credits, just to name a few. So when you are looking at a public school, don't just appeal to the good, look for the great and partner with them to be a more viable part of your community. Stoutland School is just that, a great school. Good luck, Tigers. We are proud of you.
Coming into the bottom of the second here in Lakeway. We're tied up at 1. Newburg putting a run across in the top half of the inning. A wild pitch bringing their runner home. So Dixon going to try to retake the lead here. Had a brief 1-0 lead. But they'll have 6, 7, and 8 trying to do it here in this second. Connor Harbin here with you, Z102.3. Let's thank some sponsors, shall we? Big thank you to Pepsi Cola Bottling, Gasco Sage Electric, Central Ozarks Medical Center, Pulaski County Health Department, Bancho Ricas Funeral Home, Town and Country Supermarket, Smith Trash Dash, Dixon Nursing and Rehab, Post Pond, Tax Pros and more, Stoutland Schools, Marys County Bank of Richland, Iberia School District, K York Electric, Pennaroyal Antiques, the Lakeway School District, Home Plate Grill, Reeves Upholstery, Dixon Caring Center, and the Richland School District. First pitch on the way to Emma Brinkley. It's delivered outside. That's ball one. So those are our tournament sponsors. We also have season sponsors. You'll be hearing them during football, softball, pretty much everything we do this fall. Got them here after this 1-0. On the way, delivered by Gracie Campbell. Swung on miss, and it's strike one. Thank you to Seeger Toyota, Bank of Crocker, Shelter Mutual Insurance Agent John Gregory, Richland Memorial Chapel, Ed Morse Ford, St. Robert, Paul's Furniture, St. Robert Auto Supply, and Domino's Pizza of St. Robert. 1-1. Gets away from the catcher. 2-1 now. Here to the leadoff batter here in this inning, Emma Brinkley. Brinkley trying to help out her own cause. The game retied here. 2-1. Sneaks away. Ball three. On deck, Abby Scott. Then we'll see Bailey Rice after that. Here comes the 3-1 now. Made contact with it, but fouled it off. Out between the tent and the fence, and it's 3-2. Somebody try to punch that one out. Fun with that one. Oh, didn't even have to. Snuck on through. 3-2, nobody out. Again, Brinkley still at the plate. Campbell coming set, delivers the payoff pitch. Too low, ball four. And Brinkley draws the walk. So Brinkley aboard here. She draws the leadoff walk. Runner aboard here. Here comes third baseman Abby Scott. Scott batting from the right-hand side. First pitch delivered by Campbell. Down the middle, strike one. Scott playing third today. Oh, 1. Contact made. Line drive over to first. Catch is made, but not quick enough to get back to the bag. It'll just be the 1 out. Catch made by Kaylee Conger over at first, and so I'll be one down now for the first baseman, Bailey Rice. Rice, right-handed batter. Playing first. Brinkley still over on first. No courtesy runner over there. Here's a swing, contact, but a ground ball foul, left side, strike one. See Dixon. A little bit past this Frisco League tournament. Talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. We'll actually be in Dixon when Waynesville comes to town. I'll be following the Lady Tigers for that matchup. So here's another foul ball to the backstop, strike two. And that'll be our first look at the Waynesville Lady Tigers. Just kind of how the schedule worked out this year. Again, that'll be September 11th. We'll have Richland Lakeway on September 7th as a standalone game. But then we'll get that Waynesville-Dixon game, and then we'll have Waynesville the very next day back in Waynesville, taking on Springfield Central. Here's the 0-2, runs inside and hits her. So Campbell loses the 0-2 count here on Rice. The hit by pitch. Brinkley moves on over to second. So Rice takes first, and here comes the number 9 hitter, right fielder Andy Joe Wilson. Wilson, left-handed batter. First offering to her, missing high, and it's ball one. Really excited about the games I was able to put in our schedule this year. 1-0. Strike called, 1-1. I mentioned it during baseball season. Well, maybe basketball season, or maybe just every season. I always mention I try to get as many of the Frisco League teams as I can. think I got most of them. Of course, 7 of the Friscos playing in the fall. Here's a strike. Make that 1-2 now. The sophomore Wilson. Licking in Plato. Of course, play in the spring. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch from Campbell. Missing high, 2-2. Runners on first and second. Again, Brinkley got it started with a walk. Rice joining her on the base paths with a hit-by pitch. On deck. Back to the top of the order. Mackenzie Cross waiting on. So again, 2-2. Next one, swung on, miss, strike 3. Campbell finds her first strikeout today. Second out now, and that brings us again to the top of the order. Here's Mackenzie Cross. So Cross standing in for the second time. She picked up a single. And got on base rather quickly. First pitch of the at-bat. Here's the first offering to her. Swinging away. Ground ball sent towards short. Rolls up on her. Throw will go to third, and they get it there in time for the force to end the inning. So fielder's choice will keep Dixon scoreless here in the second. As Dixon picks up no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left over on base. That takes us into inning number 3. Still tied up here at 1 between Newburg and Dixon. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament on Z102.3.
Tax Pros and More, with locations in St. Robert, Richland, Lebanon, and Jefferson City, offers everything you need to start your brand new business. Don't be afraid of being a sole proprietorship and starting your own company, because you can always grow and hire later. The experts at Tax Pro and More are here to help answer any questions and make the transition extra smooth. Tax Pros and More also specializes in tax return filing, planning, bookkeeping, and financial statement analysis for your business, as well as other payroll services. Call us today and we can help. 573-451-2229.
For over 50 years, Post Pawn in St. Robert has been offering the best prices in the area on firearms, ammunition, and shooting and reloading supplies. Also, find new and used military clothing and gear, as well as pre-owned power tools and compound bows, and new and used musical instruments and supplies. Get a 90-day layaway on anything. And if you have your guns shipped to Post Pawn or selling them to another individual, they only charge a $25 transfer fee. That's Post Pawn in the Gateway Shopping Center in St. Robert.
A new inning, inning number 3 here in Lakeway. Still tied up at 1, Dixon and Newburg. Our 2-7 matchup. Dixon picking up a run in the first, Newburg following it up with a run in the second. And so one of these two teams trying to break this tie as we move on into the third. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. Day 1 of 3 days we'll be covering the tournament. 4 days in total. Championship day again coming up on Friday. We will be in Waynesville covering football that day, but they'll have the championship, they'll have the consolation, the third place game, and the championship all on that day. Starting at 4, then 6, then 8. But our 3 days, 5 and 7 each day. So make sure to tune on in. Our opening softball coverage for this fall. First pitch offered up here to Kaylee Conger. Misses outside for ball 1. It'll be Conger, and Roach set to bat in this half inning. 1-0, missing way high, 2-0. Now to Conger. Swung on, made contact with it, fouled it off, and it's 2-1. So Brinkley so far, through the first time in the lineup, Emma Brinkley here for Dixon. Giving up just the 1 hit. He's racked up a strikeout, but a couple wild pitches led to that run. Here's another swing and another foul ball off behind us. Make it 2-2. Also has 1 error behind her today. Here's a 2-strike pitch. Caught the corner. Strike 3 called. So Brinkley will find herself her second strikeout of the game. Bringing us back to the top of the Newburg order here with Cadence Conger. 1 Conger strikes out. How's the other one do? First time up, Cadence Conger drew the walk. Watching the first pitch of the at-bat outside, ball 1. Allie Roach now on deck. Gracie Campbell still in the dugout, but we'd see her if either manages to get on. Here's a line drive, back towards center, gets down for a hit. Conger will trot down the line to first. She'll find the base pass for the second time today, this time with a 1-out single. A rocket sent out to center. And with Conger aboard, Roach will try to move her around. Roach popped out to second her first time up. Takes a first pitch outside, ball 1. (1-0) offering from Brinkley. Finds his own. 1-1. Kenzie Cross out in center field, getting that ball in very quickly. Previous at-bat. Keeping it in front of her, keeping Conger from doing anything more than the single. Next pitch, also too high, 2-1. Well, 1 outside, 1 too high. What's the next one bring? Brinkley winds and fires. Again, too high, 3-1. Brinkley has allowed just the 1 walk thus far. That was to Conger. Here's a 3-1 now. Too high again, ball 4. And Roach draws the walk. So Conger over to second. Roach, now on over to first. And with that go-ahead run in scoring position, here's pitcher Gracie Campbell. Campbell popped out to first her first time. First pitch, again too high. That pop-up turned into the double play that ended the first for Newburg. Left that runner, well, I shouldn't say left that runner, but wiped away that runner over on third. Here comes the 1-0. This time too low, 2-0. Just needs to find that happy middle between too high and too low. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, the 2-0. Well, there it is, 2-1. On deck now, that would be Brooklyn Fight. 2-1. Swung on, ground ball back to the circle, gets through. Stepping on the bag for 1, that's all they'll get. That ground ball actually conveniently right over the second base bag. Bobbled a little bit, but eventually Lipscomb able to scoop it up with her foot still on the bag for the force out. So it ends up being a fielder's choice. Roach wiped away. Cadence Conger over to third, and Campbell now on over to first. So that go-ahead run stands 1 bag away here for, again, Brooklyn Fight. There are 2 outs. Hard ground ball sent first base side, but it is foul. Has to be a hit. No sacrifices allowed. These 2 outs, but Fight with a hard hit ground ball to short. And a hard hit ground ball here to start out this at-bat. Showing off that bat speed. Here's a swing and a fly ball sent out toward left. Underneath it is Kuhn, who makes the catch to end the inning and leave that runner over on third. So Newburg threatens, but Dixon able to keep them off the board. No runs. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. And there was 2 runners left over on base. So let's go ahead and move on into the bottom of the third now here in this one. Still tied up at 1 between Dixon and Newburg. Back in 60, you're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament, Z102.3.
The Dixon Area Caring Center is a thrift store, community room, and food pantry. The thrift store is donation-based. Donations may be dropped off during business hours. Food pantry hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. until noon. If eligible, you can receive food pantry assistance once a month. They also serve commodities on the 3rd Thursday of every month from 1 until 3 p.m. The DACC has recently added a fitness center. If interested, call or stop by the store and get an application. Dixon Area Caring Center is here for you always when you need them.
Your car is still the one. You love everything about her, except for that. From when Ben dropped his milkshake, and that. From when you tried to transport that sharp thing, and that. That's always in the air thanks to your shotgun rider, Earl. Luckily, we can fix that.
Reeves Auto Upholstery, serving both Lebanon and Richland with decades of experience. There's no job too big or too small, because they've seen it all.
Bottom of the third upcoming here in Lakeway. Still tied up at 1. Newburg putting a runner on third, but unable to bring them home. So Dixon now looks to regain the lead here with 2, 3, and 4 coming here to the plate. It'll be Lipscomb, Tilgen, and Magner as well. Connor Harvitt here with you, Z102.3. Again, that sun continues to drop. Pretty much out of sight. Can still see a little bit of that sunset off beyond left field, but all in all, we're playing in the darkness now with the lights. So Kinsley Lipscomb steps in here. She'll face Gracie Campbell, who remains in the circle here for Newburg. Lipscomb popped out to the pitcher for her first time, so popped out to Campbell. First pitch here from the senior. Missing low and away, it's ball 1. A little late to talk about this, but sometimes I forget. In between games, 200 down the left field line. 200 to center, 192 down the right field line. Not a symmetrical ballpark. It's just a little bit shorter out and right. 1-0 caught the inner half, and it's 1-1. So, theoretically, it's easier to hit a home run out to right. Might be a little easier for a left-handed batter, though. 1-1. Check swing, but she made contact with it, and that'll be strike 2. Pitch was a little high. Lipscomb trying to hold back on it, but ended up catching the barrel of the bat. So she'll have to shorten up the swing. Look to defend the zone here with 2 strikes. Here is the pitch from Campbell. This time lays off the pitch too high, and it's 2-2. First time through the lineup, Campbell got herself 1 strikeout. Gave up 2 walks as well. And for strikeout number 2 with this 2-strike pitch. No, here's a swing and a fly ball sent out towards center. It's got distance. It's up to the wall. It'll be extra bases here for Lipscomb as she rounds first. She's going to round second. She's going to try for 3. Throw coming in from the outfield. She'll be in there with a stand-up triple. So Kinsley Lipscomb giving Dixon maybe a shot in the arm here with a lead-off triple. With nobody out, it's going to be a bit of a tall task here for Newburg to keep that runner from coming in, especially with the batters coming up here. Middle of the lineup. Here's Emma Tilgen. Tilgen swinging away first pitch. Here's a line drive into left field. That'll score the run. So didn't have to wait long for that as Tilgen will brings home the runner from third. It's an RBI single and Dixon leads 2-1. So a soft line drive over the top of the third baseman. It's enough to do it here. And Dixon takes the lead as we'll get a visit into the infield. Looks like an equipment check here, but Newburg going to talk some things over. We are in the bottom of the third. Again, 8:40, I believe, is the time that we need to pay attention to. Timer, I believe, is 90 minutes. But we are in the bottom of the third here. First game reached a timer in 5 innings. A 7-run second doing most of the work when it comes to that. But let's not worry about it now. We still got 40 minutes of game time here. A 2-1 score now with Dixon looking to add on more here. Runner on first, nobody out. First pitch too high. Throw on down to second, nobody running. Just a dissuade there from behind the plate. Good throw, though. And it's 1-0. Here's that 1-0. Also misses high and outside. Ball 2. Eight to 4 our first game today. Lakeway moving on. Crocker dropping to that consolation game. Again, receiving a bye to the consolation game. 2-0. Chicken on the inside half. That's strike 1. So we're playing for 5th. Two, 1 now. Here's a swing. Shallow pop-up. Comes down in the field of play. It's a fair ball. Throw will go to second, but it's not in time, and everybody's safe. Tilgen had to wait over near first to see if that ball was caught. It came down. She took off and was able to find her way in. So everybody's safe here. It goes down as a single for Belle Magner. Apologies, wasn't at the plate. Gets her second hit of the day. Triple and a single now to her name, and that brings us now to Haley Kuhn. First pitch gets away. Throw down to second. Tilgen has to dive back in. Does do so safely. And now time's going to be called for Tilgen to adjust her equipment. So it's a 1-0 count here at the plate to Kuhn, who is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to the catcher. Excuse me, not the catcher rather, but how about the first baseman? Here's the 1-0 now to Kuhn. Swings, fouls one off to the right. Out of play, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Next one, too low. Gets away from the catcher. Both runners take off. Throw down to third. Not there. Tilgen safe. Tilgen takes third. Magner. She also advances over to second. Second and third with nobody out. And a 2-1 count here for Kuhn. Shaping up to be a solid inning here for Dixon. Looking for that hit to maybe score a couple runs here. I feel we'll maybe do it if you find the gap. Here's a swing, ground ball over to first. Kaylee Conger having a little trouble picking it up, has to run to the bag. She'll get the out, but meanwhile a run will score. As both runners advance elsewhere, Tilgen comes home, and it's a 2-run Dixon lead now at 3-1. Newburg trading the out for the run. As Magner moves to third. And Kuhn grounds out for the second time today, 3 unassisted. So runner on third, 1 out now. And again, a 3-1 ball game, bottom of the third. Emma Brinkley to the plate once more. Left-handed batter laying down a bunt, but bunts it foul. Strike 1. Brinkley walked in the second, but was thrown out as a force play over to third, which ended the inning. Oh, 1. Again looking to bunt, but pulls it back. Throw now to third. Now they're going to send the runner home. It's going to be a run down here. Here comes the throw back to third. Sliding in safely is Magner as she escapes the rundown. Catcher behind the plate for Newburg, Hallie Roach. She's always looking for that throw out. Trying to go for it there. Third base coach and head coach Michael Flower. Trying to get it done. Here's a pop-up bunt, but into the glove of Roach, who makes the catch for out number 2. So they don't get the out in the rundown, but they do at least get Brinkley out. 2 straight outs now for Dixon. In danger of wasting that runner over on third, but Abby Scott still with a chance to bring it in. It's a 2-run lead. First pitch from Campbell. Lower half for strike 1. Scott leaned out to first in her first at-bat, back in the second. So 0 for 1 in today's game. 0-1 delivered. Outside, now another throw to third. Catch is made by Fight, but Magner back a little bit quicker this time. Not risking anything this time, and it's 1-1. Even count, next pitch. Swing and a ground ball back up the middle. Now will sneak through into center field, and that scores the run. RBI single here for Scott, and it's a 3-run Dixon lead at 4-1. So Magner will score. Scott now with her first hit of the day. Standing over on first now for Bailey Rice. Makes her second trip. So Rice, she was hit by a pitch last time up. Was facing an 0-2 count at the time. Trying to get aboard for the second time. First pitch, taken low, ball one. On deck, Andy Joe Wilson. 1-0 is delivered now. Swung on, fly ball out toward left center, that gets down. Fielded out in left by Dyer. She'll get the ball in quickly, but not before. Runners find their way into third and second as well. Now they're sending the runner home. Here comes the throw to the plate, not going to be in time. 5-1 Dixon. So aggressive base running for the Lady Bulldogs. Ends up getting them another run. It'll go down as a double here for Rice. And Scott will score on the play. So 5-1, big inning here for the Lady Bulldogs. Still a chance for more with that runner over on second. First pitch to Andy Joe Wilson, fouls it off. Going to run up on one there. Looking to slap it. But a foul makes it 0-1. Next pitch on the way. Going to slap one down the third base side this time, but picked up in foul territory. That'll be strike two. So 4 runs across. Broken this game open here in the bottom of the third. Now an 0-2 count after the foul ball. It's very close. You're grown to my right from the Dixon fans who are here. Next pitch. Gets away. Bounces right in front of me, but that'll go down as a wild pitch. Moving over to third is Rice. So Wilson will get a ball back here, 1-2. Campbell trying to get out of the inning here. Here comes the next 2-strike pitch. Well outside, 2-2. Throw over to third just to check on the runner, but Rice is back. 2's on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away. Next pitch. Low and inside. Ball 3. After this, on deck, if Wilson manages to keep the inning alive. Back to the top here with Mackenzie Cross, which will mean Dixon will have officially batted around. Cross would be the 9th batter of the inning. 3-2, here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on, miss, strike 3. And that will end the inning. So, Campbell gets her second strikeout of the day, but Dixon does put 4 across. 4 runs. 4 runs coming on, 5 hits. There were no errors. And there was there was 1 runner left on base. So, a new inning coming up, the 4th inning. With Newburg now trailing Dixon 5-1. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to the Frisco League Softball Tournament right here on Z102.3.
We take the convenience of electricity for granted. Mother Nature knocks out the power with a storm. Then we realize how much our life and livelihood is dependent upon electricity. Most of us know very little about it. The pros at K. York Electric in Crocker know a lot about electricity. It's a job only the experienced electrician should attempt. Doing your own electrical work could be deadly. That's why many people in our area and beyond count on K. York Electric for professional electrical work. Residential or commercial, K. York Electric has done it and done it well. K. York Electric in Crocker, a proud supporter of the Crocker Lions and Lady Lions.
Home Plate Grill, located at 310 South Elm Street in Dixon, is locally owned and operated and is very proud to be part of the Dixon community. Home Plate Grill offers family-style dining with your family in mind. They have home cooking and down-home comfort just like you get at home. Come see for yourself and make sure you check out their great lunch and dinner specials as well. Home Plate Grill, 310 South Elm Street in Dixon. Best food and staff around. See you soon at the Home Plate Grill.
It takes a village to educate our children. That's why our school is hiring.
Richland R4 School District is now hiring paraprofessionals. Apply online at richlandr4.tedk12.com. For more information, call 573-765-3711.
Top of the fourth inning here in this one. Dixon out in front once more. 5-1. Now our score. But Newburg coming back to the point here. They're sending up 5, 6, and 7 in this half inning. Trying to regain some of those runs they lost. It will be Goalie, Shushank, and Cakelin. All set to take their cuts here in this fourth. Emma Brinkley still in the circle. Connor Harbert still with you underneath the tent. So we have officially reached total darkness. Almost a quarter of the way through the 8 o'clock hour. 8:14 according to the old trusty laptop. Here's a swing. First pitch of the inning comes down between catcher and pitcher. Throw to first is not going to be there. The ball is actually going to be dropped. It'll go down as an error here on Rice. I believe that would have actually beaten Goalie to the bag. But the ball ricochets off of Rice's glove, and so Newburg will have themselves a quick base runner here. As Goalie finds a base pass for the second time today. Previously had a single. So Goalie aboard. Here's another comebacker to the circle. Brinkley having trouble coming up with it. Only play will be at first, but they do get her there. As Goalie moves on over to second. So Goalie to second. Shushank throwing out 1-3. Shushank retired for the first time today. Coming up next, Lainey Cakelin. Cakelin 0 for 1 today, struck out her first time up. Not going to strike out this time. There's a ground ball over to second. Flip over to first is in there. Rice will have it. Goalie over to third, but now 2 down. So a quick 2 outs here. 3 pitches, 3 results. An error, a ground out, and another ground out. And here is Paige Dyer. First pitch to Dyer. Here's a swing and another result coming up here, but it's a line drive out to left center that'll score a run. It'll come down. It's an RBI single for Paige Dyer. And the lead is cut to 3 here at 5-2. Well, Newburg, they're moving things along here. We'll already have our 5th batter of the inning in 5 pitches. Here is Kaylee Conger. First pitch to Conger. She makes contact, but she'll foul it off. So for the first time in this fourth, we'll see a second pitch. Fair enough, I guess. Next pitch. Chasing one high here. Well, maybe bit a bit too much into the hype, and it's 0-2. There are 2 down. Conger 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Next offering. Fly ball sent out toward right. This one might get down, and it does. Now actually rolls past right field, past Wilson in right. Moving on over now to third. That will be Goalie, that'll be Dyer. She's going to try to score. The throw is overthrown, and Dyer will score. It's an RBI single here for Kaylee Conger, who stayed over at first. Looks like she might have hurt herself. They were checking on her out there, but what's important is that Dyer scores all the way and makes this a 5-3 ball game. And so 2 very quick runs. Conger finds her way on. And that ball got by the right fielder. And then the throw in from the outfield sailed past the catcher Tilden to the fence. And so still a chance here maybe for Newburg to do something with the runner on first. Cadence Conger now stepping in. Conger's 1 for 1 A walk and a single to her name. We get a courtesy runner here, by the way. Here for Kaylee Conger. Get your number on that in a moment. Have to consult the roster here. It'll be Vanessa Hull who steps in to run. Here for Conger. Hull, a sophomore. Takes her place over on first. She's the only base runner. 2 outs still. Against Cadence Conger at the plate. First pitch taken, first strike one. Conger has found her way to third twice tonight, but both times, that's as far as she's gone. Third time here, probably means something good here, considering she has a runner in front of her. 2 outs means that would mean Hull would have had to score. 1-1 now offered up, too high, taking off is Hull, throw down to second, it's not going to be there. Hull keeps her foot on the bag, almost overran it, but she'll have herself the stolen base. So our runner's in scoring position. Tying runs at the plate at the moment. But the runner on second would cut the lead to 1. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, fly ball, sent out towards center. It's shallow center. It'll actually be handled by Lipscomb from second, who makes the catch to end the inning. So a action-packed 4th inning. Leads to 2 runs here for the Newburg Lady Wolves. 2 runs coming in on 2 hits. There were 1 error. That's not grammatically correct. There was 1 error, but there was 1 runner left over on base. So again, a 2-run ball game heading into the bottom of the 4th. 5-3 our score. Dixon leads this one. Back in 60, you're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament on Z102.3.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your Shelter Insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Central Ozarks Medical Center has medical clinics in Richland, Camdenton, Laurie, and Osage Beach. There's no need to wait days or weeks to see a doctor when COMC can get you in to see a doctor promptly. They also have dental clinics in Camdenton, Laurie, and Eldon for everything from essential services to emergency dental care. COMC accepts private insurance, self-pay on a sliding scale, Medicaid, and managed care for kids and adults. Visit centralozarks.org for more information. COMC, your health, our mission.
Bottom of the 4th here in Lakeway. 5-3 our score. Newburg plating a couple runs in the top half of the inning. But Dixon still holding on to that 2-run lead. Connor Harbert here with you. Z102.3, 1, 2, and 3. It's the top of the order stepping up for the Lady Bulldogs. Frost, Lipscomb, and Tilgen. They'll head to the plate here to face Gracie Campbell, who remains in the mound in the circle for Newburg. First pitch from Campbell to Cross. Swinging a fly ball sent to the left side, but foul. And it's 0-1. I parked down the left field line today. Can't do a baseball game without letting you know where I've parked. Baseball, softball. Can't do either, I guess. But I think I parked far enough down the line. You're really going to need to slam one to get there. It's off near the outfield fence. 0-1. A little bit too high here, and it's 1-1. Cross today, she's 1 for 2. Single and a fielder's choice. Fielder's choice coming back in the second. Actually ended the inning. Here's the 1-1 offering from Campbell. Swinging a fly ball sent out towards center. It's over the head of the center fielder. It's going to be extra bases. Cross rounding first. She might try to go for 3. She's going to try. Here comes the throw from Conger. The play at third is not going to be there. Fight couldn't hang on to the ball. Might have had a chance at the play. But the throw from Conger was actually on point. Fight just wasn't able to keep it in the glove, and so Ross will have herself a triple. And so much like the last inning, Dixon will get a triple. Start off the third inning with one. See what the result is here in the fourth. Kinsley Lipscomb at the plate. She was the one who had the triple in the third. She scored on the very next pitch. Here's a ball that gets to the backstop here. Cross not going for it here. Stays over at third. We go 1-0. 1-0 count here to Lipscomb, who, other than that triple, popped out to the pitcher her last time, or back in the first. So 1 for 2. 1-0 offered up now. Inside, and it's 2-0. Throw over to third. Tag applied the cross, but already back to the bag. I like checking on those runners. As long as you don't throw it away, no harm in it. Keeps them honest over there. You have seen Newburg throw out one would-be base runner today. Back in that first inning. He threw out Cross. 2-0 outside, and it's 3-0. Cross trying to steal second. Roach gunned her down. The 3-0 here to Lipscomb. Emma Tilgen on deck. 3-0 now. Too high, ball 4. Walk given up here to Lipscomb. It's the base pass for the second time today. And with runners at the corners, here is Emma Tilgen. Tilgen represents 2 of the 5 Dixon runs, but is 1 for 1, walked and single. First pitch, one hops the plate. Big jump over on first, but the throw goes back to the circle. As Lipscomb retreats back to first here, it's 1-0. Tilgen an RBI in the third inning. 1-0. Swing, hard ground ball, but a dead ball as it ricochets off at Tilgen, 1-1. So another RBI opportunity here for the Dixon catcher. Campbell steps on, pitch, outside to the backstop. Lipscomb moves over to second, runner stays at third. Second and third now. Nobody away here in the fourth. 8:25, by the way. So again, keeping track of that timer. Does not look like this one's going the distance. We are in the fourth. 7 innings are the timer. Those are your rules. Just past the halfway point if you're going by innings in this one. 2-1s outside, 3-1. First base unoccupied, so a walk simply loads the bases. Might end up being a better deal for Newburg. Opens up the force at any base. Right now the play would be at first. Here's a swing, ground ball, keeps it foul, and so we'll go full. Tilgen really swinging for the fences here. A very animated player. Let's talk to the umpires, the coaches, the fans. But really looking to smash this one. Might have to be a bit more careful now with 2 strikes. Third batter in the lineup. Third batter in the inning. Here is the payoff pitch. Here's a swing and a long fly ball to left. It's got distance. It is off the fence. Just a few feet away from the home run. That's going to score 2. And Dixon will regain that 4-run lead. It's 7-3. I told you she was swinging for the fences, and I told you she might have to be a little more careful. Well, she didn't really have to be. She caught that one, and again was just a few feet away. That one off the bottom of the fence out there and left. So the 2-run score, and it's 7-3 now in favor of Dixon. They regain that 4-run lead. Tilgen eventually making it a double for herself. First pitch here to Bell Magner gets away. Slide into third. Ball gets past Fight in the left field. Tilden will have third on the wild pitch. So Tilden over on third. Still nobody out here in this fourth. And it is Magner at the plate facing a 1-0 count. Magner has gotten 2 RBIs today. Might be able to add on to that total. Has a triple and a single to her name. 1-0 delivered by Campbell. Here's a swing. Ground ball over towards short. Gets by into left field. And that scores the run. Looking for 2 here as the ball gets past the left fielder toward the fence. Going to look for 3 now. She'll stand in there. It will be a double. And advance to third as that ball gets on by. So Magner gets credit for the double. As Tilden scores, she'll also get the RBI, make that 3 RBIs for her today. Magner and Tilden have really done the damage, and it's 8-3 now in favor of Dixon, a 5-run ball game. Mentioned someone here at the first pitch. Here's a comebacker toward the circle. Ball ricochets off the glove of Campbell. Run will score, and Kuhn is safe over at first. Haley Kuhn will pick up the single. As Magner scores, 9-3 now in favor of Dixon. Well, the runs are scoring in bunches here. It's a slow start for Dixon, but now they lead by 6. I was going to mention Belle Magner. He credited for the double, and then the error to go over to third. She is a home run away from hitting for the cycle. Now, I'll tell you, it's extremely unlikely, for a multitude of reasons, that she will get another at-bat in this game. But keep that in mind. Maybe something happens. Dixon is the home team. And so we are in the bottom of the fourth. But it's now a 6-run ball game at 9-3. And so Kuhn at first, still nobody out. Stepping in now, pitcher Emma Brinkley. I will say my scoring is very unofficial. That ball did get by the left fielder, and it did look like it was going to be a double. Here's another comebacker to the circle. Play will be at first. Conger has it, steps on the bag, and that'll be out number 1. Kuhn moves to second, and Brinkley is thrown out, 1-3. With Brinkley gone, that brings us to Abby Scott. So Scott settling in, chases the pitch high, pops it up. First base side here, that actually gets down. Fair territory, rounding third. That'll be Kuhn. She's going to try to score. Throw goes to second. Kuhn will score, make it 10-3. All might have been playable. The ball was in the area of the first baseman, Conger, who went to the bag instead. So maybe a bit of an error there, but came down without touching a glove. That'll go down as a hit. And it'll go down as a double here for Scott. The ball got a nice spin on it, then bounced into foul territory. It's a long run for the second baseman, Caitlin, who is the one who ended up running that one down. Well, still one out here for Bailey Rice. So now as the throw back to the circle gets away, Scott will move over to third. Newburg kind of collapsing here in this fourth. You know, we talked about Newburg in the pregame in the first couple of innings. This is a team that's really looking to turn the program around. Winless in the fall last year. Had it going on here for the first couple of innings. Actually had it within 2 here. But the wheels have kind of fallen off. Trailing by 7 now, 10-3. 1-1 count. Campbell delivers. Pitch fouled off, 1-2. Rice today is 1 for 1. She was hit by a pitch in the second. Got a double in the third. RBI situation here with Scott standing over at third on the air. 1-2. Chased it. Outside. Strike 3. Throw down to third now. Fight has it and applies the tag, but Scott is back. So that'll be out number 2. We'll actually now get a pinch hitter. So hitting for Andy Joe Wilson. 0-0. That's Elena Morgan. Morgan, a freshman. She'll be the 9th batter of this inning. First pitch from Campbell. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Now time called here. I'm checking the bat of Morgan. Now here comes the 0-1. Pitch offered. Runs inside and hits her. So Morgan hit by a pitch. She'll trot down to first. And that brings us back to the top of the lineup here. And so Morgan now be taken out here for Wilson, who will step back in the game. So Wilson will take the place over on first. They'll be first and third here, 2 outs. Mackenzie Cross back to the plate. Again, Dixon has officially batted around here in this 4th inning. 10th batter, to be precise. First pitch to Cross, high and outside, ball 1. Now seen teams in both games today bat around. Throw down to third after the 1-0 pitch. Tags applied. Safe is the call. Meanwhile, Wilson moves over to second. It's a 2-0 count. But again, 2 outs here. Cross started the inning with a triple. 2-0 pitch, way out in front of the breaking ball, and it's 2-1. On deck here, Kinsley Lipscomb. Again, this 5-run inning. 5-3 when we entered this half inning. Now 10-3. Next pitch. Also too high, 3-1, and another throw down to third. 3-1. Three and one. Hitters count. Here's a ground ball sent over towards short. Off the glove of Conger. 1 run will score. Now going to try for 2. Wilson rounds third. She will score as well. It's a 2 RBI single. And Dixon leads by 9 at 12-3. Both Scott and Wilson will score. Cross will get credit for the RBIs. And the inning continues on here. Now a 7-run inning. It's looking more like the Dixon we came to maybe expect in this game. Again, they are the 2 seed, only behind Iberia. They've really flashed the offense. Here's Lipscomb, who pops one up. Might stay in the ballpark. Nope. Just over the fence and out of play. Strike 1. Of course, approaching 8:40 here. And kind of listening for that timer at this point. Again, it all depends on when we started this game, and I don't remember what exact minute we got started. We're starting to near that moment. We move on into the 5th. Presume Newburg would get a chance. So I'm going to keep note here. Here's a hard hit ground ball over to third. Fight has it. Throw's going to go to second to get the lead runner. They get her out. And that will be the end of the 4th inning. So a fielder's choice here on Lipscomb will end the inning, but not before Dixon is able to find themselves 7 runs. 7 runs coming on a handful of hits. We'll count them up during the break. There were a couple of errors in there, and there was 1 runner left over on base. So we'll go ahead and take ourselves another break here. Top of the fifth upcoming here. 12-3 our score. Dixon leading Newburg now by 9. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament. And here on Z102.3.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar asks, ever wonder what it would be like to live in an alternate universe? One where everything seems to work just the opposite of the way you'd expect? Well, friends, welcome to the alternate universe of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. The taste is nothing less than outrageously delicious. And Mountain Dew Zero Sugar comes in awesomely exhilarating flavors, like Original Dew Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar, and Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. Try the incredible flavors of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar, all dew.
Now's a great time to discover all the advantages Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has to offer. The Discover Summer Sales event is going on now, and they've got their largest selection in years with more vehicles on the way. Go anywhere, do anything SUVs, and Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck. They've got them all, now with their best deals of summer, and they're paying top dollar for your trade. For a great selection and big savings, visit Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert today and find out what it means to be backed by Morse.
Back here entering a new inning, top of the fifth. Here in this one, Dixon, a 7-run fourth inning. They've taken a commanding lead over the Newburg Lady Wolves, 12-3. Connor Harwood here with you, Z102.3. Actually did get a timer check in between innings. We got about 7 minutes here at this point. And so, we'll see how long this half inning goes. This might be Newburg's final chance here. In fact, it really, realistically, it is. So, they'll need a big inning here. Not impossible, but I would say improbable. Gonna need 9 runs. See if they can get it done here. First pitch, swinging away. Fly ball sent out towards center. Underneath is Cross, who makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Allie Roach giving it a ride, but Cross there to make the grab. Newburg's free swinging ways kind of continue here. Not afraid to swing the bat and go for it. The first pitch offered up to Gracie Campbell, misses low for ball 1. It actually kind of worked out for him in the 4th inning when they found those 2 runs. Remember, 5 batters and 5 pitches. Here's another swing and a foul ball to the backstop. We go 0-1. The great free swingers of baseball history. When I think of that, I think of Manny Ramirez. Modern day, and this might not be the best example. So here's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Actually going to say she made contact with it, but the result's the same. Javi Baez. Common joke. Might get him to swing at a pickoff one day. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball back up the middle, through for a base hit. Campbell head on down to first. Ball ricochets off the glove of Cross out there, but not far enough for Campbell to get anything more here. She'll just have herself the single. As, of course, playing for the Detroit Tigers. Cardinals baseball should be wrapping up, or at least close to wrapping up. Over on our sister station right now, 97.9. Let's get a score check on that. Starting a new series today with the San Diego Padres. As the first pitch here to Brooklyn Fight. It's fouled off. 0-1. My phone has a short layer of dust on it. Here's the 0-1 now to Fight. Fly ball to the left and out of play. 0-2. Top of the 7th. Cardinals losing 1-0. Looks like for the how many games in a row now, the Cardinals just steadfastly refusing to give Adam Wainwright any run support. 0-2 misses inside. 1-2. It's kind of sad at this point. Wainwright actually having a good couple of games lately. This Cardinals offense just absolutely anemic. 1-2, also missing high. 2-2, now to Fight. I'm starting to worry if he'll get to 200 or not. But 6 innings with only a run across today. Here's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball was dropped. First base is occupied, though, so no throw required. Fight will strike out. So 2 down now in the 5th. Coming up next, right fielder Hannah Goley. Goalie representing 2 of the 3 runs today for Newburg. She fouls one off. 0-1 here to goalie. She reached on a single in the second. An error on the first baseman in the fourth. And was able to score from there. So no 1 count here to the left-handed hitting goalie. Next one, too low. Gets away from the catcher to the backstop. It rolls. Campbell will move on over to second. So wild pitch. One strike pitch, ground ball, right side. That'll sneak through in the right field. Campbell is going to stop. No, she's going to head for third. Meanwhile, goalie goes over to second. Play at second is safe, and Campbell will score. The lead's cut to 8 here at 12-4. So Campbell scores from second. Santa goalie will find herself the double. The RBI double. 3 times she's reached the base paths today. And with still 2 away, here comes McKenna Shushank. Shushank swinging away, first pitch, swinging a miss, strike 1. On deck now, Lainey Cakelin. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, short comebacker to the mound, caught, and that will end the top of the 5th. And so, top of the 5th will come to a close. Presume we still have enough time to keep playing on here, so we'll come back with the bottom of the 5th. 12-4 our score. Newburg, 1 run on 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. Back in 60, you're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament right here on Z102.3.
Lakeway R5 schools are proud of the academic success of their youth. Hard work and dedication of the students is what it takes to achieve goals. The Lakeway R5 schools are dedicated to the education of their students, and the teachers and administration work hard to prepare them for the future. Lakeway R5 schools encourages students to be involved in school activities. This message of support brought to you by Lakeway R5 schools.
Imagine yourself in a time where quality and durability weren't just words when value was placed on workmanship. Pennaroyal Antiques and Collectibles at 122 Commercial Street in Crocker has Victorian and primitive furniture from the 18 and 1900s. You'll find rare documents and many unusual items like antique and collectible toys, military items, and vintage clothing. Thousands of items available, and if you don't see it in the store, ask for it at Pennaroyal Antiques. There's also something from the past called customer service. Pennaroyal Antiques and Collectibles. Open the 3rd Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of every month from 10 to 4 or by appointment at 855-3259.
Well, back here, bottom of the 5th, the timer's going off. But Emma Tilgen stands in at the plate. She sends a fly ball out toward right. Newburg coming up on it, but it's over the head. And it comes down. Tilgen will head on over to first. Ran back to get her helmet. And that'll be the ball game. So that's how we end here. Tilgen will grab herself a base hit. And it'll be Dixon who moves on. They will face the winner of Richland and Stoutland coming up on Thursday. Bit of an odd ending there to that one, but it is what it is. So we'll do what we always do. Let's take ourselves a short break. We'll come back here in a little bit, and we'll talk some things over here. But for Dixon in the 5th, well, theoretically no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and theoretically 1 runner left on base. I'm not going to mark that down, but we'll give Tilgen credit for the hit. That theoretically actually did happen. So we'll be back here in a couple minutes, but again, your final score, Dixon 12, Newburg 4. Back in a couple, you're listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament right here on Z102.3.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine, too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Dave Howlett, your shelter insurance agent in Richland.
Or come see me, John Gregory, in Crocker.
Get prepaid Visa cards with the purchase of batteries at your Napa Parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply. Buy one Legend or Legend Premium AGM battery, claim a $20 Visa gift card. Get a AAA battery and get a $25 prepaid Visa card. And get a $25 Visa card with the purchase of a select Bosch lithium-ion battery. Get online rebates with Avalanche refrigerant and save 30% on stop leak, conventional motor oil, synthetic and heavy-duty diesel engine oil, all with sale prices this month. Get the good stuff 7 days a week at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here once more at the Lakeway Softball Complex. We are done for the night. Our second game, well, it's Dixon who goes through. They defeat Newburg here in our 2-7 matchup. Final score, 12-4. Connor Harbin here with you today, Z102.3. Just wrapping things up here before we close shop for the night. Well, it was a close ball game for about 3.5 innings, but it would be the bottom of the fourth when Dixon would really come alive. A 7-run inning. Second time today we've seen a 7-run inning really kind of decide a contest, but they blew out to a 12-3 lead, and from there, Newburg, they did pick up a run, but they ultimately fall short here tonight. So, again, we take a look at some final lines here for you. For Newburg tonight, 4 runs on 6 hits. They do commit 1 error out in the field, and then they also leave 5 runners on base here today. Dixon, meanwhile, they get 12 runs on 12 hits. They did commit 2 errors in the field, and they did leave 5 runners on base as well. And so we now know what to expect here. Well, actually, no, we don't know the semis just yet. We have one more game here to play. That'll be your first game tomorrow, 5 o'clock. It's the 3-6 matchup. Richland, the Lady Bears, they are your 3 seed. They will take on the 6-seeded Stowland Lady Tigers. So that is our first matchup tomorrow. Then we will move on to, well, the Iberia Lady Rangers, number 1 seed. They will be in action for the first time here in this tournament. They will take on the winner of our first game today, the Lakeway Lady Hornets, who did overcome the Crocker Lady Lions 8-4. So tomorrow, it will be Richland Stoutland, and then we will follow that up with Iberia and Lakeway, again, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game of the day. What we do know, though, Dixon, they will take on the winner of Richland Stoutland, and it will be Newburg who faces the loser of that Richland Stoutland game. The loser of that game will be done for the tournament. Again, consolation game will be for 5th, 3rd place, and then championship, all coming up here on Friday. But I think that'll go ahead and do it for us here tonight. Remember to tune in 4:45 tomorrow. We've got those 2 games on the way. But again, big thank you to all of our sponsors. And for Dan back in the studio, I am Connor Harbit. Hope you enjoyed listening to this one as much as I enjoy bringing it to you here tonight. Until tomorrow, you've been listening to the 2023 Frisco League Softball Tournament right here on Z102.3. Good night, everybody. Be good people.
You've been listening to Frisco League Tournament Softball on 102.3 FM from Lakeway. Our games have been brought to you in part by Home Plate Grill of Dixon, the Lakeway School District, Reeves Auto Upholstery, Dixon Area Caring Center, Richland School District, Seeger Toyota, the Bank of Crocker, Shelter Insurance Agents John Gregory in Crocker and Dave Holland in Richland, Memorial Chapels of Waynesville, St. Robert in Richland, Ed Morris Ford, Paul's Furniture Outlet, St. Robert Auto Supply, and Domino's Pizza of St. Robert. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's contest. We'll see you back here next time with more Frisco League Tournament Softball.